What's up, Average Dad fans? Welcome back to another video, and Huawei have done it again. Let's go! So, Huawei are up to their old tricks and showing us here in the West how to actually make and release phones. Yes, much like the Huawei Mate X-T took the large format foldable phone world by absolute storm 6 months ago, the Huawei Pura X is showing you how clamshell phones can be used, and I'm very interested. What I also love about the Pura X, it's basically Huawei saying to Google, yeah, your original Pixel Fold was an embarrassment. Here's what we can do. Because this phone is filling a gap in the market that I never, and I can promise you probably never knew existed. So let's talk about the specifications, because it is a slightly different phone, and then talk about the potential drawbacks, and of course, where you can buy it. Spoiler alert, Average Dad Tech Store. So, let's talk about the specifications. First of all, we have to talk about the form factor. It's a clamshell kind of folding phone. And I say kind of because it's not a traditional open up to make it longer like a candy bar phone. It's a Google Pixel Fold shrunk down. A 3.5 inch outer screen, which then opens up like a passport to a 6.3 inch screen. Now, both screens are a billion colours, 120 Hz, but it's that aspect ratio that, again, is filling a gap that I didn't think I needed, but I might, in fact, I will be snapping up. So when you open it, you've got an almost perfect media consumption aspect ratio. This is going to be 16:9, tiny black bars at either side, and because it's Huawei, the crease is going to be barely noticeable. It's going to be epic for consuming content. And then when you turn it phone rotation, it's wider than any smartphone out there, but not ridiculously wide. You'll still be able to hold it in one hand. However, you're going to be able to split screen multitask vertically, like normal candy bar phones, or horizontally. And we've never really had that on any phone to date, other than your large format foldable phones. But again, aspect ratio is slightly different on them. So the aspect ratio has absolutely sold me. I think, in fact, I know I can't wait to try it, which, by the way, I have asked my supplier for the red leather variant, as you can see here, absolutely stunning. And if I'm very lucky, it should be with me in the next 6 or 7 days. Hallelujah. Now, in terms of design, there are multiple colours to choose from. There's 2 vegan leather back options in red and green. There's a grey, a white, and a black variant, which are non-vegan leather. So multiple choices and storage variants to choose from. You can go from 256 all the way up to 1 terabyte. The 1 terabyte seems to be reserved for the vegan leather backed options. Now, sticking with specifications, you have a triple camera setup. Yes, a clamshell phone with a triple camera setup is rare. And with this being Huawei, you can be sure that the 50 megapixel main and the 40 megapixel ultra wide and the smaller 8 megapixel zoom lens will produce fantastic photos and 4K video recording. The optical zoom on the telephoto lens is actually 3.5 times. So 3.5 times optical is pretty damn impressive. In fact, it might be the largest optical zoom on any clamshell folding phone. I'm sure you correct me in the comments if I am wrong. Don't think I am though. So cameras seem to be on point. What about the battery? Well, it's Huawei, so you're getting a 4750 milliamp hour battery. To put into context, that's basically the same size as the Samsung S25 Ultra, just insane, and your Samsung Z Fold foldable phones with their larger format, and to top it off, 66 watts wired charging and 40 watts wireless charging from this new Huawei Pura X. I'm not sure what I'm going to call this thing. I want to say clamshell, but it's kind of like a foldable, but it's not a large foldable. Yeah, it's new. And shout out to Huawei, because they certainly lead the way in new and innovative designs. But there is one thing I have to cover. The Huawei Pura X will be the first Huawei phone to be released with Harmony OS 5, aka Next. That Next Harmony software, or that Next OS, brings with it a potential issue. No, obviously you don't get Google apps, but you also don't get Android app support. Now, me with my very positive hat on, I think that's fake news. I think you're going to be able to very easily, whether it be through an APK or the Aurora store or some other workaround, you're going to get to use it just like you would any other previous Huawei device. However, I must say right now, we are being told no Android apps whatsoever. So if you're buying the Pura, you must be invested in the Huawei app and ecosystem. They have their own messaging tool, they have their own maps and all that good stuff. But I understand for a lot of people, this is more than a deal breaker. It's just not viable. But for you tech heads, if you want to get your hands on the world's first small, foldable, large clamshell, again, I really need to think of what to call this thing. But if you want to get your hands on it, the Average Dad Tech Store has them to order now in all colours, all storage variants. Shipping will commence early April, I think around the 3rd of April, but I will confirm in a future video. Certainly by the time I receive my device, you will have the shipping dates. And importantly, if you do order now and the price is lower come release date, I will refund you. So for example, if you order the 0.5 terabyte version for £1,149 here, and it's £1,099 on release day, I will refund £50 back to your order. And on the flip side, if for whatever reason, because of demand, and we know demand will be high, if you've paid £1,149 and the price moves up to £1,199, I'm not looking for the extra 50. The price you pay is the most you will pay. So, that's it. That's the Huawei Pura X update. The Tech World, my group chat, forums, Reddits have been going wild. Again, folks, this came as a complete surprise. So well done, Huawei. I'll be back soon with that unboxing video and other content such as the Magic 7 RSR versus the Xiaomi 15 Ultra versus the X100 Ultra from Vivo in a deep dive camera battle. That'll be out in a couple of days. If you haven't already, smash subscribe, like, comment down below, do all that good stuff. And until next time,